You are watching Access LaPorte County Channel 97. Coming up next is the August 13th meeting for the Michigan City Police Civil Service Commission. You can find more information for this meeting by visiting www.accesslaportecounty.org.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. No quorum. I'll call the meeting to order. Commissioner Simmons is not present. Commissioner Harris. Present. Commissioner Mansky is present. I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes from the last meeting. All those in favor? Aye. Aye. Opposed? Passed. Under old business, don't believe we have anybody right now. Backgrounds or perf or anything, do we?
There's one in background that we pushed the.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's
correct. But that's it.
Okay.
That'll work.
Yeah, we do have one lateral transfer. Just in back. It's doing a background investigation right now. So I'll turn it over to Lieutenant Westfall for probationary officer reports.
Good morning. Probation Officer Shane Montagan is doing very well. He's an afternoon shift currently, and his probationary period will end at the end of this month. We have two laterals, three. Officer Amber Marty is involved. She's operating on her own, as is Officer Carol Coutinho, doing very well on the midnight shift. And we have Jose Pajaro returned to us after a brief leave there. He's was hired August 4th, again, doing excellent already. He begins his field training on the midnight shift of Officer Davis, starting today. So everybody's doing very well.
Under new business, I don't think other than applications, we've got no correspondences, and there are no claims to be paid that I know of. I haven't spoke with Commissioner Simmons.
Can I say something in reference to what?
Sure.
So regarding Lieutenant Westfall's report, also I sent you all the email today reference Officer Coutinho and Detective Marty referenced their 6-month probationary period being expired, and I recommended that they be elevated to first class patrol.
Okay. So we'll review those and we'll send you an email. Okay. I'm gonna turn it over to Chief Corley. There's some promotions that need to be made official today, so I'll turn it over to him.
Corporal Mans. So today, we wanted to make it official, the promotion to corporal. Like we've talked, we're happy to have you in this position. Think you're gonna do an excellent job. We have high expectations for you in this position. Now the stuff we've been talking, you can actually do. No, but on a serious note, very proud of you. Appreciate your dedication. We look forward to many more great things coming from you in this new position and role. Happy to see your family here and some friends here to support you in this next move that you're about to undertake. I can tell you this, I am happy to have you in this position. Again, I've had the opportunity to get to know you throughout these years of you being an officer and doing things here. So again, I think it's just a position that you will excel in. And not only is it a good position for you, but I think it's even a better position for this department and our community. So congratulations on your promotion. Appreciate it. But I wanted to give Chief Forker and Chief Cooney actually an opportunity to say some words.
Again, obviously,
we're excited to have you, right, as part of, our supervisory team, our leadership team here in the Michigan City Police Department. Obviously, I think you're one that's always led by example. I'm sure you'll continue to do so, and obviously look out for the people, underneath your command, and, and stay in line, obviously, with the mission of the police department as well. So again, we're excited to have you part of the team now, or I would say continue to be as part of the team in a new role, right? So again, obviously, congratulations, man. I'm super excited for you.
Congrats, Corporal Mans. It's good to be able to get together and honor people that get promoted. I remember back 2020, we really didn't get a chance to do that with restrictions and things like that. So it's nice to be able to honor you today, and congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
All the badges.
There.
2, 3.
Everything in Maryland.
I'm America. You should come in and get in. You should come in and get in. Thank you. You work, man. Would you like to say a few words in there?
Oh, congratulations.
You got signs back there.
Thanks, sir.
Next, if we could have Sergeant Kennedy.
Are these theirs to keep or just? No, it says to keep. Oh, I didn't give them any unless you gave them. These are
So again, we're here today, reference Sergeant Kennedy being promoted to sergeant. He's been a corporal for several years. Prior to that, being an officer working in different capacities. Just recently we asked him to do something that I'm sure he really wasn't thrilled to do, but actually did it. And I'm looking to come in with all these things of what I have to say to get him to do it. He's like, okay, let's do it. And so, that shows his character. Those of you all who are on the audience who have had the opportunity to work with KJ or Sergeant Kennedy, you know what his capabilities and his new role as a sergeant, even what more he has to bring to this department. Again, like I said, with Corporal Mans, thrilled to have you in this position, KJ. There's and for the men and women of the police department, we have many different characters and capabilities and skill sets, but there's always people who you want to have in certain positions and you feel comfortable in those positions not because they're better than anybody else, but because they have grown into those positions and have grown into those abilities that you need them to do, which everybody has that opportunity. And KJ is one of those, or Sergeant, I keep calling him KJ. Sergeant Kennedy is one of those people who, when I go to sleep at night and I know that he's, managing our midnight shift, making sure our men and women during those time of hours are, doing what they're supposed to be doing, and that the city has a guy like this in leadership role at that time, makes me sleep more comfortable. I don't sleep that well, but sleep a little bit better knowing KJ's out there. So again, congratulations. Again, thank you for family and friends coming here to support Sergeant Kennedy on this day of him being promoted to sergeant. We often say, especially when you're a sergeant is one of the best places to be in this department, because it's one of those things, like, you can move me around, but it's only so many places you can move me where it's still comfortable to me. So congratulations on being in that new role of one of the best places to be in this department. So congratulations, Christian.
Yeah, again, as Chief Corley stated, right, it's, with Sergeant Kennedy, it's easy to rest easy to know that, the job is going to get done. It's going to get a job well done. And, right, he really cares and has compassion for his people, takes the time to get to know them each individually, and also staying in line with, obviously, the mission goals of the police department. And again, just one of those guys that, like it not, whatever his personal feelings are, right, it doesn't matter, right? He's going to do what's best for the men and women of this department and the people of this community. So it's like Chief said, it's a little bit easier to rest at night knowing Sergeant Kennedy is out there supporting his troops and protecting this community. So again, thank you, sir.
I appreciate Kennedy. He's done a lot for me, especially a few years ago when we had to take over our warrants. He really stepped up and made that division what it is today. And I do feel bad that we had to pull him out to get him on shift for a while, but hopefully that's a spot that we'll be able to put him right back into here shortly. So he's been a leader similar to us, where he was a leader before he even had rank through SWAT and really building up that team with Corporal or Sergeant Krause, and continuing to do a great job there, of course, on Midnights now. So we can't be prouder of you, Nathan Sergeant.
Thanks, sir. I will say on a note with the promotions that corporal promotion was the closest one I've had since the 7 years I've been on this commission. That we had to take it out to 3 decimal places just to figure out who was going to get the promotion. That was 4. 4 decimal places. So 10 thousandths of a point, I think. Chief Corley, you have the floor.
Oh, thank you. So again, congratulations to our newly promoted supervisors, Corporal Mans and Sergeant Kennedy. Also wanted to send a shout out and congratulate Lieutenant Anna Painter, who could not be here today, for your 20 years of service. She has this month marks 20 years of service here at the Michigan City Police Department. So again, I think she worked last night, so I don't think she wanted to get up to come today, but we wanted to congratulate her and honor her also for that. Also, Mate again, I think, did you say that already? You did say that, 1 year service. Congratulations also Mate again on completing his 1 year of service here with us at the Michigan City Police Department. Also, I wanted to thank the community and all our community sponsors and supporters who came out to National Night Out on August 5th. Another great turnout for us, another great community event, getting people together and just having a good time, getting to know each other. So, and it was a safe night that night too, so it was great. Just like to make a couple comments. I saw the mirror before she left. In the several this last month or so, we've had a streak of some gun violence, and again, I wanted to make sure I address it publicly as being in this capacity, but also letting the public know that no matter what it may seem like, it's not as bad as it seems. And I say that lightly, and not saying that you not taking anything for granted, but every day, there's 84 officers or 83 officers that put this uniform on and go out and make sure that they're doing a job that not is about money, not is about pride, but it's about making sure a community is safe and secure. And so no matter what happens, we're always going to be here to make sure that this community is safe. Now, unfortunately, we don't have 184 officers. We could be everywhere. Wish the mayor was here so I could put that in there. So, but we don't have that capacity. But we do have the capacity to continue to do the best that we can. And no matter where it may seem like there's some shortfalls, we won't back down. We won't back away from that. As we looked at some of the stats last year this time, from January to July, in July we had 1 homicide. Looking at the stats for this year, we have 5. And I say that not to say, oh man, it sounds like you guys are not doing a good job, but we actually are. Because one of those homicides is officer-involved shooting, which, that's what they label it. Another one is accidental discharge. Again, accidents happen, we can't be there to stop accidents, unfortunately. Another one of those incidents is 3 males come over here from another city, cousins or relatives, and they get into it and one of them dies, Again, those are things that are outside of our community's health realm. And then the last 2 are 2 incidents that happened here in the city, which again, unfortunate, but again, I think there's room for us to build on some of the unfortunate parts of that. And what we've been doing is meeting with various people throughout the community to get a pulse on it, to understand how is it better that the police department, we can collaborate with people from the community to make sure that these things don't continue to happen, but they're less. And I give you those stats again. When you look at it, really, it's really just two, and that's just in that time frame, just from January to July. And it shows you that, no matter what it may seem, because there was a streak of things that is not as bad. We're still doing our job. We're still out there protecting, serving, and we're still making sure that, this city is continue to go in that route with the integration that, we have always wanted to be, and has always been to majority of us. So I give you that, but to let you know that we will continue to be out and about, and we're open to, to listen to the community. One of our biggest things these last couple of years has been making sure that we, have a better touch with the community, or in touch and in tune with the community. We've done a lot of outreach to make sure that the community knows that we're open to listen, and also work with and collaborate with different organizations and people so that we can make this a better city. Because at the end of the day, we're tasked with public safety, but really the community working together is what really makes a community safe. And so we need your help, we need your collaboration, and we need your understanding when it comes to dealing with the violence that we have seen in several couple months. I will say, last weekend was a nice, safe weekend. Nobody got hurt. So I think we're on the way to getting out of that unfortunate run of having those violent acts. So again, continue to work with us. We'll continue to do things to make sure that we keep those people that are making our city seem unsafe in place. I will tell you this, that in looking at what we've done and how the crime rate has gone, and knowing how policing is, there's a small percentage of people that are making it uncomfortable in our city. I think when we put our thumb on those folks that were able to even make things better when it comes to statistics and some form of better perception, so that the city understands that it is safe and it's not as bad as it seems. So we'll continue to combat that also, but just remember that we're here to protect and serve. And no matter what you hear on social media and what people have their opinions, we're not going to shy away from making sure that this community is a great community. And again, we just ask for your continued assistance. That's how we got to the point of having a 17% decrease in crime, was because of the assistance from the community. We just ask for you all to continue to work with us and just be there.
Again, obviously, congratulations to Sergeant Kennedy and Corporal Mans. Again, we're obviously excited for you guys to take the next step in your career. And again, excited to have you as valued leaders within this department. Again, we did have a busy first part of the month here. We had the Great Lakes Grand Prix. Was a busy weekend, really a busy week, right? That event has grown and grown over the last, I think, 15 years, whatever it is now. Again, they keep trying to make it bigger and brighter and bigger every year. We had upwards of, I think, 20 officers working really all weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, for extended periods of times. So obviously we want to say thank you for that. Appreciate the efforts with that event, right? That brings a lot of people to this community. Again, we had a great, safe, beautiful weather weekend for that. So again, we were excited that that's over. And like Chief said, we had our National Night Out following that weekend. So it was a busy weekend rolling into a busy night. It was, again, a great turnout there at 7th and Franklin. Between food and, some of our vendors, our community partners, some laser tag, Soul Steppers, karate, jump. Man, we had all kinds of stuff going on there. So again, it was a great event. Again, obviously thank those that helped and participated in that. Again, thank you to Captain Ashley for helping organize and do some of those things. But again, we're excited. Again, welcome back, students. Right, everybody's pumped to be back in school, I'm sure. So again, we're excited, obviously, to start this 25-26 school year, you know, and again, looking for everyone to have a safe and healthy school year. And obviously, welcome back, and you know, go Bulls.
Real quick, I know Chief already mentioned some of the statistics, but I'll compare from June. We had a total of calls for service 4,028, which was 420 more than June. Loud music or loud noise calls was 47, which was 7 more than June. Total case reports taken was 426, 13 more than June. Total arrests was 231, which was 20 more than June. Of that, it was 211 were adults and 20 were juveniles. Flock or Raven used to document an investigation or incident report was 16, which was 2 more than June. Total firearms seized was 19, and then 9 less than June. Speeding tickets are also up 69. We wrote 11 more. I'm sorry, they're down 11 more in June. It's probably just very busy. Again, repeating the statements here. Congrats to Sergeant Kennedy and Corporal Mans. Again, I think they're going to do a great job in their new roles. Congrats to Anna Painter for her 20 years of service. It's always a nice little check to get to that 20. The fireworks and boat races went well. We were looking over the overtime, which I was surprised by. We actually spent more in overtime in one night of fireworks than we did for an entire week of the boat races, which was interesting. You know, we really, for the amount of hours and work that we put in, it's again successful of those big 2 events. Want to again just reiterate, Todd Plisky retired from us as well with 20 years of service last week. We want to wish him well. And then upcoming this Saturday will be Sergeant Tim Baker's last shift as well. He's going to retire with 30 plus years. So again, I know he's going to be busy with his grandkids and things like that, so we wish him well as also.
Do you have any comments, Mark?
Yeah, I'd like to also congratulate Corporal Mans and Sergeant Kennedy on the promotions. Lieutenant Painter for her 20-year anniversary. And I want to thank everybody, all the officers for their due diligence, and just to remind them to be safe.
As far as Sergeant Baker, his retirement, we need the next past performances from January to June 30th.
You should get those pretty soon.
Okay, yeah, we'll need those so we can make those immediately. And Commissioner Harris was good enough to, with Excel, to put together a spreadsheet. This allows us now to enter those numbers and it'll calculate it for us. So that's good. It'll be fast as soon as we get those performance scores, and as soon as the retirement for him, we can announce the next ones. I do see Chaplain Harvey here. I'd like to thank him for attending, and we're going to ask him to say a prayer for all of us before we adjourn the meeting today. So we'll do public comments next, and then we'll give it to Chaplain Harvey.
Okay.
Yeah, I pointed at you because
Sorry, this is Monk, guys. Let's try to have a little bit of life. I've got a bunch of stuff. I made notes. I'll try to go quickly to be respectful of everyone's time. I'm going to comment on some of the things Chief Corley said, expand on them. A lot of things have happened in the last several months in Michigan City. I'd like to point out the good, though. We've had a lot of eventless events, which the Chief pointed to. We've had a tremendous number of people, tremendous number of events where nothing bad happened. That is a good testament of the hard work of the force. One of those homicides was an officer-involved shooting. He was cleared, I understand. It was, from everybody I talked to, it was an unfortunate but necessary police action. But has that body cam been released? Is that a local matter, or is that a state police to release that body cam? Because if it's, the people want to know. Recently, the U.S. Supreme Court apparently changed some laws about vagrants, giving more tools to police departments to address vagrancy. And I was just wondering what Michigan City PD is looking to do with those expanded potential powers, with the issues people have complained about, with people panhandling outside our businesses in downtown area. The reason violence is unfortunate, as Chief Corley explained, it's some outsiders, it's summer heat, it's just unfortunate. But does the department have any course of action they plan on taking, or what is their plan of action? I know you reached out to the community to get a handle on this before it does spin out of control. Next year's numbers should look great when there's a huge reduction in these violent crimes. You're gonna have 80 or 100% reduction, hopefully next year. One of the events that happened here was apparently a large gathering just across the street from the police department that resulted in a shooting. My understanding is the shots actually hit the police station, which of course nobody is for. So the question is, when does a large gathering become an illegal assembly allowing police action to intervene? Because we know the sticky slope the police have. If we intervene, we're going to be accused of being racist or trampling on civil rights. And as you all know, I care very much for the civil rights side of policing. But isn't it over like 5 people? Don't you need a permit to march if it's over 5 or something? So I'm just wondering, when does it become actionable for the police when we do have these large groups of young people after midnight, where generally speaking, nothing good is going to come of it. We all know this just from practical experience. We also, unfortunately, had a shooting at a local establishment down at the lakefront, at the Franklin Avenue Bridge, frankly. So is this a known trouble spot? If we have a known trouble spot, I know we have a couple maybe bad actors in bars, and I'm not saying this establishment is a bad actor, I don't know the history. But if there is a history of violence outside bars, is there a way to have enhanced enforcement after midnight of these places? You know, I don't know. I really respect what you guys do. I'm just asking some questions for the people. I apologize, I missed National Night Out. I really wanted some cheeseburgers from you guys. I really liked it.
They were good.
Well, you guys cooked for me. I really liked it. And there's one other serious matter. Also in the news mix, unfortunately, we had an officer, a canine handler, got bit by his own dog. Now, I'm going to assume that was Freya because she's a younger dog and still getting trained. And I think it would be important to understand, was this, the dog was in pursuit of somebody and the handler's hand got involved and she was excited, or was the dog in an excited state and actually gave a bite? Maybe I'm wrong about this, but I heard there was this animal bite. And on a very light matter, what do corporals and sergeants actually do? Oh, one last thing, because I had a little run-in with Officer Lipinski. I congratulate him on his retirement, as well as Sergeant Bakers. They both, I'm sure, were fine members of the Michigan City Police Department, and I wish them a long and happy retirement. Thank you.
Chaplain Hart.
Okay, before I pray, I just want to say that this is an amazing department, and having lived in this town my whole life, not yet, but having lived in this town for all these 73 years, I've watched this department go from the good old boy, network and a lot of things that police officers not only shouldn't do, but shouldn't be bragging about. Back in my tenure at Cloverwood Garage, I heard a lot of bragging about shooting the engines of cars as they were being chased. And this was what was going on in the 60s and 70s. And then to watch this department become this respected agency throughout the state. And by the testimony of some of I like to ride along with newer officers and ask them why they were interested in the Michigan City Police Department. And the answer is always the same. Well, I was trained this is a respectable and powerful place to be. And having watched that take place is a blessing to me. And also, just for you guys' information, every Monday morning, a group of us get together to pray for the city, for the police department, for the fire department, for the mayor and the authority structure. And that prayer meeting has been going on since 1998. And some of these improvements, I believe, correlate with answered prayers from that meeting. So, you know, when you're out there in a place where you might get hit by a bullet, you know that people are praying for you. And those of us who are chaplains pray for you. And some of us pray for you by name every day. So the best protection we can have is God using you guys to keep the city safe, and God keeping you guys safe in this process. So thank you for who you are and what you're doing. Father God, we just lift up this department to you. We thank you for the achievements that we've seen. We ask your help, strength, and forgiveness for anything that might be considered a failure in your eyes. And we recognize that this city has a tendency, because of the lake and because of just what happens here, for people to come from other cities to, I guess, do what they would call celebrating, which is probably an unfortunate way of saying it, to do things that they wouldn't do in their home cities because they would have to deal with the consequences of that. And so, because we're sort of this haven, just like the homeless issue, Lord, that was addressed a minute ago, we're kind of a haven, and we couldn't be that haven, Lord, without your protection, without the protection of these men and women in uniform. And we thank you for that. Just ask your blessing beyond the administration, the new people who are in the administration, I guess, as you would call them, is with KJ and Corporal Mearns becoming their new roles. I just ask you to help keep people in a place where you can do the amazing and wonderful things that you do through them. We trust you. We thank you. Pray your blessings on everything that takes place in this department. We ask you to keep us in a place where we are lifting them up to you. In Jesus' name. Amen.
Yeah, we're going to adjourn the meeting. Next meeting will be Wednesday, September 10th at 11 a.m. in this room.